I don't think there's any Famicom game that's more clearly intended for the US market than Operation Wolf. It's got light gun support, and it's about the CIA invading a South American country. Operation Wolf started out as an arcade game, and it was actually a fairly advanced arcade game for its time. It was the first light gun game to let players have an automatic machine gun, and it gave players a story instead of just being a shooting gallery. It was one of the major arcade games of the late 80s. And the home port is a big step down. Light gun games live and die on the quality of the shooting, and here it's bad. If you use your zapper with Operation Wolf, you don't get auto-fire, and I had a lot of problems with hit recognition, particularly when it came to picking up the absolutely vital ammo refills. And you have to hit a button on the controller to use the grenades. So don't play Operation Wolf with a light gun. But how about with a controller? When you start the game up with a controller, you're given a choice of 5 levels of cursor speed. I didn't think there was that much difference between the slowest and the fastest. For me, faster seemed to be the best balance of speed and control, but I think you can make any of the levels work. When the game starts up, you're given your choice of 4 different missions. There's 6 missions in all, but the 5th and 6th missions don't unlock until you've completed the 3rd and 5th missions. Completing the 6th stage sends you back to America, so technically you can beat the game by only playing 3 levels. The missions are not to simply move through a stage. Your goal on each of those are to kill a certain number of enemy soldiers and destroy a certain number of vehicles. Once you reach that total, the stage just ends. At least for the vehicles, after you destroy enough of them, they just stop coming. Pressing the A button fires your gun, holding it down is an auto-fire, and pressing the B button launches a grenade. The way you use your weapons is one of the bigger challenges in Operation Wolf. And I don't mean moving the cursor over somebody and shooting them. Your ammunition is extremely limited. It seems like you have a lot to start with, but if you go full auto all the time, you're going to run out of bullets way before you get to the end. What I'd recommend doing is firing on the soldiers in bursts. Move the cursor while you're not firing, then press and hold until they fall over and release. You'll waste some bullets, but not a lot of bullets. If you do run out of bullets, you'll be given 1 clip after a short period of time. You'll want to use those few bullets to collect additional clips. Grenades are their own challenge. They explode in an area, and a well-placed grenade can take out 2 enemy vehicles at the same time. If you run out of grenades to take out a vehicle, you can defeat it with bullets, but it can take more than a full clip, and the vehicle will be moving off-screen while you do it. When the enemies flash, they're about to shoot you, and your life bar is this section down here that curves at the end. I'm not sure why they have it turned. As you're taking down the enemy soldiers, civilians will pop out from the edge of the screen to try to run across. If you shoot one of them, you lose a bit of your life bar. The thing is, Operation Wolf seems to like to place enemies shooting at you at the very edge of the screen, in the exact spots where the civilians will run in. I killed a lot of innocent people who decided to run out in front of the guy who was about to shoot me. You might also encounter this general who's holding a hostage. It takes several carefully placed hits to free her and take him down. If you save enough people on a level, you get a bonus when you complete the stage. And the quantity of people saved determines which ending you get. The animals you see roaming around the stages are something you want to hit. They'll sometimes have power-ups hidden behind them. You collect the power-ups by shooting them, and you'll want to get all of the clips and grenades that you spot. Those are absolutely vital. The bullet that says free will give you 10 seconds of unlimited ammunition, and there's a timer at the bottom of the screen that counts this down. The bottle with the P on it restores a bit of your health, and a medical kit will restore you to nearly full. The dynamite explodes when you hit it, killing anything around it, just like a grenade. Given how much of a hazard it is to civilians, I like to shoot it and just get rid of it. The final stage you should take on is the airport. Here you're trying to get people out of the country, And at the very end of the airfield, you face an actual boss. This helicopter that swoops in and fires missiles. Operation Wolf isn't an exceptionally challenging game. I reached the final boss on my first game that I played for this recording, which was the first game of Operation Wolf I've played in maybe 5 to 10 years. I had to use up all of my continues. You only have 3 of them. But it wasn't that difficult to get there. Operation Wolf was followed up by several arcade sequels, but we're not going to see any of those on the Famicom. In fact, none of them were released on home consoles in Japan. I have to say, I don't care for Operation Wolf very much. I feel like the Famicom port drains a lot of the better aspects of the arcade game. It's the kind of port that was barely acceptable in 1989, and not really interesting to go back to 30 years on.